Long-haul owner or contractor, this thing became a legend quietly and without the flashy marketing blitz. The cabin was massive, the ride firm but forgiving, and reliability almost boringly consistent. While rivals chased luxury trims and infotainment arms races, this truck focused on not braking. That was its luxury, peace of mind. Still, it had flaws. Fuel economy was brutal, often 13 to 15 miles per gallon combined. And early models had a clunky 6-speed transmission. Parking it, a nightmare in tight spots. And the design? Some loved the bold, muscular look. Others thought it was trying too hard to impress. But when you wanted a truck that could do real work and do it for decades, this one didn't flinch. It may not have the sales numbers of its rivals, but it had something better: trust. Next, an HD bruiser that survived job sites, snowplows, and one of GM's boldest engine bets. If you're loving these legendary machines, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because the next trucks will blow your mind. Number 7. Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD, 2001 to 2006. This next one didn't whisper reliability, it roared it. Built for hauling gravel, dragging trailers, and still making it home in time for dinner, this heavy-duty legend wore its scars proudly. And under the hood, a diesel engine that rewrote the rules. Launched in the early 2000s, this wasn't just a step up. It was a cannonball into the deep end of the HD truck pool. GM stuffed it with a now famous 6.6-liter Duramax LB7 V8 diesel, paired with an Allison 5-speed automatic, a combination that brought 300 horsepower and a whopping 520 pound-feet of torque. The result? A 0 to 60 time around 8 seconds, which was unheard of for a truck tipping the scales at over 6,000 pounds. But raw numbers don't tell the whole story. What made this truck special was how it delivered that power. Smooth, controlled, and built to last. Farmers, builders, and weekend warriors alike knew that if you had one of these, you could tow a horse trailer on Friday, move a mountain of gravel on Saturday, and still cruise to church on Sunday without a hiccup. It was that versatile. Over time, its reputation only grew. The Duramax Allison combo became legendary for a reason. It just didn't give up. These trucks were still working hard deep into the 300,000-mile range, often without ever opening the engine block. But it wasn't flawless. Early LB7 models were known for injector issues, and rust could creep in if you weren't paying attention, especially in the Midwest. The interior? Classic early 2000s GM, functional, but far from flashy. Still, when it came to sheer work ethic, few could touch it. Would you take this over a modern diesel today? Drop a comment and let me know, because the next one might make that question even harder. Number 6. Ram 2500 Cummins, 1994 to 1998, 2003 to 2007. This next truck didn't just earn a fan base, it built a cult. A machine so brutally dependable, it's still wrenching wrenches and towing loads decades later. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't soft, but under that squared-off hood, something close to immortal. Across 2 key eras, 1994 to 1998, and again from 2003 to 2007, this heavy-duty legend carried what many call the greatest diesel engine ever dropped into a pickup: the 5.9-liter Cummins inline-6. Not a V8, not turbocharged within an inch of its life. Just a straight 6 turbo diesel workhorse, originally borrowed from industrial equipment. Horsepower varied, 175 to 325 horsepower, depending on the year, but that wasn't the point. What mattered was torque, massive, usable torque, up to 610 pounds-feet, delivered low and steady. It wasn't fast off the line. 0 to 60 often hovered around 9 to 10 seconds. But you don't buy a bulldozer for drag racing, you buy it to move the earth. And that's what these trucks did. Towing 12,000 pounds? No problem. Pulling a trailer up a mountain pass without overheating? Easy. Farmers, oil workers, diesel fanatics, they swore by it. The Cummins wasn't just an engine, it was a legacy. The 2 generations each had their flavor. The earlier 94, 98 models were raw and mechanical. No nonsense, manual transmissions, and a body style that looked like it was carved out of a filing cabinet. The 03, 07s added a bit more refinement, a little more tech, and a lot more torque. But both shared that same heartbeat, and that's what made them timeless. Sure, the ride was stiff, interiors were dated, And yes, the front-end components wore quickly if you pushed them hard, but the motor, it just kept going. And that's why it still sits high on the list, because when the world ends, someone will still be driving a Cummins-powered Ram, probably towing a broken-down hybrid.